Welcome to Knightsbridge, folks, and welcome to our video. Now today we're going to do a little walk, but we're going to start off in this place. And of course you'll recognise it, it's Harrods. But I thought we'd start here, and the reason starting here is they've got their new light display on. And wow, have they got their new light display? Now this is the first time I've actually seen it since they had the new light display. Oh, when was it released? Last of February, so there weren't any Christmas decorations on the front of Harrods last year. And the reason for that was they had scaffolding up, they were changing all the light bulbs for LED lights in readiness for this year, which is quite something. So let's just go to the front and grab that. That's where I don't get knocked down by a chauffeur-driven limousine. Oh, this looks rather beautiful. At the front of Harrods, there you go. Oh, I put the lights on in the window. Yeah, that surprised me as much as it probably did you. If you stand here, sort of taking all the different colours that they've got accentuated here. So this is all lighting being played on here. That looks really impressive. So if that is an idea of what the Christmas decorations are going to be like this year in Knightsbridge. Wow, that could be good. Right, okay, so right, back to the video. I just wanted to bring that in for you. So back to the video, and what we're going to do is today walk from one posh shopping place to another. So when people come to London, they love to go to two main shopping places. One is Harrods, here in Knightsbridge, and the other is Fortnum Mason. Now Fortnum Mason is over in Piccadilly, and we're going to tonight, because I love a lovely evening walk, do a little walk from Knightsbridge to Piccadilly. Now you can do it by tube train, which is good, and it's 2 stops. But if you fancy a walk and you fancy getting out and about and seeing things, well, let us give you the guide. There you go, let's just give you the Harrods view from down here. Actually got it all lit up at the top there as well. That's nice. Hadn't noticed that before. Too close to it. So yeah, so the walk itself is going to take you up Knightsbridge. We're going to go past Harvey Nichols. Also, we're going to go through Hyde Park Corner before walking down Green Park and down through Piccadilly to take us past the Ritz and then to Fortnum Mason. And I must admit, it's the night walks I love doing most. And the reason for that is just getting out and about on a night like this where it's really mild. It's just lovely doing it. Now, confession time. I did shoot one of these, quite a few years ago, actually about 2 or 3 years ago. And I put it up. 145 people watched it. Right, there we go, we're going to come down Knightsbridge now. 145 people watched it. I put it on and then realised it was so totally shaky it was unwatchable. So if you're one of those 145 people, there's going to be a prize coming in the post. No, I'm only joking. You survived. Right, so let's just give you an idea of some of the shops that you've got here. So you've got a lot of the main sort of brands of shops. Come down Knightsbridge. Across the road, you've got Starbucks, you've got Guess, Holland & Barrett. Lots of shops there. There you go. Big Tommy Hilfiger there as well. Tommy Hilfiger. And we're just now walking down towards Harvey Nichols. But a night like this, you can see it's not absolutely crowded. Although we're filming this in mid-October, which means Christmas stuff hasn't happened yet. Christmas decorations aren't out, which means, yeah, it's a bit easier to walk. Although down here, they have a few Christmas decorations out on the streets, and they have them at the side, just hanging from the lampposts. You'll also have to excuse some of the noise because we've got lots of traffic and lots of other bits and pieces going on. Now, we've done a few of these walks on the channel before, seem to be quite popular. But also, since we've done some of those, we've had loads and loads of people who subscribe and join us. So don't forget, if you fancy watching more of these sorts of things, just giving you a walk and just showing how close everything is and why, if you can, it's lovely just to get out, not go down in the tube and just walk it, because a lot of these places are so close, and I know we've demonstrated that in previous videos. If you're an Apple fiend, like so many people are across the globe, how about this? That is a complete Apple shop. It's an Apple experience, which is quite something. There you go. Just to prove it, the 16 Pro in the window being advertised. But that is a big old store. And it's right next to Knightsbridge Station. Now, if you're coming up to Knightsbridge and you're coming up to Harrods, by the way, that's a posh car with a big engine, and so someone's showing it off. Because let's face it, in central London you're not going to move more than about 20 miles an hour if you're really lucky on a good day. So he's got to rev it just to show off. I'm saying nothing more. I'm probably going to get a load of abuse in the comments. Don't bother. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, if you're coming up to Harrods, then there is a station exit which is right by Harrods, and the road by the side of it. There you go, you've got Burberry. So the one that we've just passed is the main exit. Right, so here we're walking over, well, currently being reconstructed. I don't know how long they've had this closed. This is Sloane Street, which leads down to Sloane Square, and that is Harvey Nichols. I can tell you, I've been into Harvey Nichols. I don't know if that's their Christmas windows. In which case, if it is, we'll be back and filming. And all I can say is, the theme of this year's Christmas decorations, if that's what they are, is balls. But I don't think, they don't seem that festive. It's just things happening there. Lots of movement. Maybe it's Newton's cradle, isn't it? That's why. Maybe that's what they're trying to replicate. Thankfully, they don't swing too much, otherwise they'd have broken windows. Can you imagine? There you go, models in there at the side. So another good thing about doing these videos, also, you get a chance to see what's in the shop windows and what's going on. So as we go past Harvey Nichols window, we'll show you some more windows there. And then what we'll do is just going to swing round, and on the other side of the road, that is the Mandarin Oriental Hotel here at Knightsbridge. And I know many people stay at that. And just to prove we're in London, we've got a red bus going past as well. Love the timing. But that's the Mandarin Oriental Hotel. It's lovely. Right opposite Harvey Nichols. Now, that's an interesting one. You've got a metal ball all dressed up with a load of fans. Don't ask me, I don't do the design of this stuff. I must admit, I scratch my head most Christmases think. Now, if that's meant to be jewellery, I'm not sure if it's meant to be jewellery or it's meant to be a deep sea mine, because it probably looks more like a deep sea mine to me, hanging over a mat. Sorry, I'm not quite sure. And there you go, and you've got more balls in the window there as well. Right, the other thing also shows you that we're doing a city walk is you can hear off in the distance an ambulance. So you've got the police, you've got the fire brigade, you've got the ambulance, all busy whizzing through. You've got the Park Tower Casino, which is there, which is also a hotel. As that disappears off into the background. Buses coming past, taxis going past, and people cycling, which is also good. Right. Here we've got a posh restaurant. Nurse Air, I think it's called. Anyway, if you fancy coming to eat here, there's a guy that I follow that comes out and does restaurant reviews. It's called Gary Eats. It's well worth putting it in. If you fancy coming here, some of the dishes will cost you £1,000. Yes, you heard me right. Some of the dishes will cost you £1,000, which is absolutely bonkers. Right. So, Mandarin Oriental there. We've got another large set of buildings there, and once this beautiful coach, there you go, goes past. Just beyond that, that is Hyde Park. So Knightsbridge follows on very nicely and very closely to Hyde Park, which is just on the other side there. And actually now we're heading up to Hyde Park Corner. So we've done Harrods already. We've also done Harvey Nichols. And now we're heading up to Hyde Park Corner. So guys, if you're fancy this sort of thing, in fact I've been doing some more walks, and you've got some suggestions of places you want me to do walks around central London, then just do let us know in the comments, because it'd be interesting to see what you feel and what the flavour is for it, because I'm more than happy to do it. And for me, I love doing it because actually it's out getting exercise, and once again just demonstrates how close everything is, which is rather lovely. Right, so as we go down, let's get some shots of some of the taxis, etc. So you can see this taxi coming up there, and you go white taxi. Did you notice on top of the white taxi, which is not on there was a light? And basically in London, if there's a light on the taxi on top of it, it's available to hire. So that one is available to hire. I thought I was going to stop actually, and then you realise I've got a camera. Now here we're at Wilton Place, and if I remember rightly, this is another one of those posh hotels in London. And I know I looked it up last time, but if you're staying in London, we'll have a quick look in a second and see which hotel it is, because I can't remember. Can't remember for the life of me. And the other bit is also, if it goes very quiet all of a sudden, it's because I've stepped out in front of the car, too busy filming and chatting to actually notice what's going on. So, not the best of moves. Right, that hotel, let's have a quick look. Oh, yes, here we go. This is the side part of the hotel, and here you've got plastic croissants in the window. It's the Barclay. There we go, it's the Barclay Hotel. That's what it is. And you've got seating around the side here, and you've got a side entrance here as well into it. There we go. And you can go in and have food there as well as stay. Right, now the next bit to point out, which is just over there, is Hyde Park Corner. Now I love Hyde Park Corner. If you're coming up to Hyde Park, it's probably the best way to go in. Well, either there or Marble Arch. They're the two main entrances I would always suggest to go in, because of the sort of the grandeur that you get. When you're going through Marble Arch, you've got the big Marble Arch statue, but at the moment I wouldn't recommend it, purely because it's under scaffolding and it's being renovated, as all these things are, and do from time to time. Get a bus, there you go. Oh, if you like your London buses, you got it there. But if you come in from Hyde Park Corner, which is Hyde Park Corner Station, or which is Green Park Station, which is close by, so it just show you already how close we're getting. Then what you've got there is you've got the gates at Hyde Park Corner, and they are really impressive. We'll show you those in just 1 second when we're on the other side of the road. The building you can see with blue on it, that is the Hilton at Park Lane. So all over the West End you can see very clearly the Hilton at Park Lane. Big tall building, ugly thing. Yeah, I said it is an ugly thing. There are so many other lovely places you could stay, but there you go. Right, as we go through here, we have another hotel, and this is the Wellesley. Now, what's really interesting is we've got the Wellesley Hotel here, which looks very, very nice with their limos. But check out the private number plate on that one, Wellesley. Wonder how much that would cost you to get driven around in. That's the Wellesley Hotel. Very nice, nicely lit up. Now, let's just get out to the other side of this bus stop. So we've got all the bus stops here. And what we're also going to do is we're going to walk across the river. We're not going to go underneath, so you get a view there as well, because we go around Hyde Park Corner. But on the other side of the road, and we'll be able to see it in a second when the bus disappears, you'll see the gates that take you into Hyde Park itself at Hyde Park Corner. Also, there's a rather nice little coffee shop just on the entrance to Hyde Park Corner. If you've been watching our videos for some time, you'll know, because I filmed it a couple of times. Actually, I must film it for our sister channel, London Visited Coffee. I'll come back to that in a second, because that's a remorseless plug. But I hadn't thought of it in that aspect. But they're the gates. And in a second, we'll get to the traffic island in the middle. There you go. Posh cars galore, because we're on the edge of Knightsbridge and Hyde Park Corner. But there's a nice little coffee shop over there. Ah, here we go. Excellent. Lights are changed. Let's hope so. Yeah, I've made it across without being splattered. Excellent. Right, coffee shop over there. Right, bang in the centre. And then we've got the gates. Anyway, nice little thing about that coffee shop is the coffee is lovely in there. Nice snacks. But the address is 1 London. So it makes you wonder, because that's number 2 London, and that's number 3 London. And that house you can see over there, which is all lit up, which is Abson House, belonged to the Duke of Wellington. So the Duke of Wellington used to live in that. It's an English heritage property, which is good. I haven't been in there because you can't film. I don't like you filming in there. Right, so Hyde Park Corner, what is it? Well, to all intents and purposes, Hyde Park Corner is this. It's a whacking great roundabout. When I say whacking great roundabout, it's got about 6 lanes of traffic that go around it. And every so often I do drive it. And I must admit, I'm quite thankful when I get off the other side to where I actually want to go, because it's always busy and it's, oh, there you go, and you can see the congestion. Now if you want to get an idea of time of night and the traffic, it's 7:30, okay? So 7:30. So rush hour should be just slowing down, but it's not. There you go. Right, let's just give you a view back again. So there you go, there's Abson House. And then the beautiful gates leading you into Hyde Park. And they're open 24/7. And then over the other side of the road, you've got the coffee shop, but you've also got Hyde Park Corner railway station, tube station. There you go, railway station. Right, so this area here, I see what we'll do. We're not going to go through the centre, we'll go around the edge. This is Hyde Park Corner. And whilst we walk past a couple of bits and I'll point them out, we have got a complete video on Hyde Park Corner. And I'm definitely going to put a link to that up in the top right hand corner. And you've got the monument over there with the horse and rider on top and the arch. And if you remember back to the Queen's funeral, the day of the Queen's burial, they actually brought the procession through under here. And when they brought it under here, they literally brought it through, they stopped over there, the royal family paid their last respects before putting the Queen's coffin from the back of the gun carriage, which had been pulled ceremoniously around London, and then they put it in the back of the hearse before driving it off to Windsor. Also, it's a nice little place at night. Can't get away from it all. Anyway, there you go. So that's the Duke of Wellington Arch. Also, it's shown quite nicely. That white thing that you got in the middle means it's a clear night in London. It's a lovely night in London, and that's the moon. Available to be seen from wherever you are, providing it's a clear night. Right, let's continue walking. So as we go round, now this roundabout, or Hyde Park Corner, as it's affectionately known, has got a number of different war memorials. So over on one corner, you've got the Australian War Memorial, which is a big war commemorating World War II. The one that we're going to walk through now is the New Zealand War Memorial. And once again, these are featured in the video that I've put up in the top right hand corner, so you can have a look at that. Do you know what? It's worth coming down here. If you get a lovely day, it's worth coming down here. Because the other thing as well, not only can you come and have a look at the war memorials and come pay your respects and just come and have a look. I know it's busy, you've got the traffic, but also when it's open, you can get up there and you can get a great view into Buckingham Palace's back gardens, around into Hyde Park, because you can actually climb up that. And if you're an English Heritage member, you can do it for free. And if you're not, I think it's about £7, or it might be £5 or something for an adult. Anyway, just to give you an idea, here, this is the New Zealand War Memorial. All different nations have got their representations across London in different places. There just happens to be a number of them here. So these big pillars that are standing up, which if I'm not careful, I'm going to go walking into whilst I'm talking to you, just gives you an idea. Here we go. That's the New Zealand War Memorial. There you go, and that's better actually. That's much better lit up from that angle. Here on Hyde Park Corner. There you go, just to prove it's a New Zealand one. There you go. Excellent. Right. So enjoying it, guys? Now the good news is, we've done Hyde Park Corner already. we're now going to hit Green Park. We get to the other side of Green Park, we've got Green Park Station, you've got the Ritz, and then you've got Fortnum Mason. So it's not that far. And if the weather is good, it's always fantastic to come and have a little walk. And now we're going to just wait for the traffic to cease. Now, I did actually think about stopping the camera, do a bit of careful editing, so it looks like, it's all fairly seamless. But what I also want to do in these videos is give you a real-time idea of how long it takes to get from one place to the other. Here you've got the gates which go into Constitution Hill, which leads down to Buckingham Palace, just on the other side. We'll get a more careful view of that in just 1 second. As we go, and then we're going to walk around the edge of Green Park, which I must admit, I do like Green Park. I think Green Park and St James's Park are a couple of my favourites in the central London, also like Regent's Park out on the outskirts, because that's got some beautiful rose gardens and a beautiful walk around and some lovely waterway as well. There we go. Yes, I know I moved before it went green and it was still red, but I could see it was stopping, all right? Just before anyone goes there. You should stop and wait and set an example. You can imagine, can't you? Anyway, right. So what we're going to do, it was quite dark that way, so that takes you down towards Buckingham Palace, which is probably about a 5-minute walk down there. That's at a slow pace. We'll go up this way. It's all lit up quite nicely. And very nicely cut trees. And then directly opposite us, you've got Piccadilly. So we're now moving from Hyde Park Corner to Piccadilly. You can see the London Hilton in the centre of your screen with that sort of neon purpley blue light on. Gives you an idea of where that is. And then as we cut round, here at the top of Piccadilly, you have another war memorial for the RAF, which is right here, and actually, again, that is worth a lovely little walk around and look around in the daylight. And it's Bomber Command you've got there, and there's statues in here. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because we have covered it before in another video which we've done on Green Park. So I'm going to carry on talking and waffling away as I walk down the road here. We walk down Piccadilly. I'll come back to that in just a second. Right, on the other side of Piccadilly, just over the wall there, because what you've got is you've got an underpass that happens here. If it takes the cars directly from Piccadilly into Hyde Park Corner. On the other side, you've got the Hard Rock Cafe, the original London Hard Rock Cafe. There is another one they've opened at Piccadilly, which they made very, very commercial, but that's the original one. And then as you go down, you've got some very, very posh buildings. One of the things you'll also notice are these tourist buses. So that's the orange route, takes you out to Kensington. And that's the museum route. And they're called the sort of golden tour, they're hop on, hop off tourist buses. One of the things we're doing on the channel is we're covering different types of buses. You can get different bus routes which are run by London Transport, or as it's properly known here, Transport for London. And the reason for doing that is if you want to spend 26 quid each on a tourist bus for the day, which you can hop on and hop off, fantastic. But for a lot of people, when you're coming to London, you've actually splurged out quite a lot of money in coming to London. So for a lot of people, it's, right, how can I do stuff, get out and about, see stuff? All the buses coming through today. If you're a bus fan, you'll be loving this video. How can I do it, but do it on the cheap, but still see everything that I want to see? So we've covered a couple of routes already on the channel. So if you just put in buses in the search engine for our channel, you'll see some of those bus routes, and we'll be covering more as well. Yeah, because it's a lot cheaper, and actually, to be quite honest, you literally tap in, tap out, and it's all included within your daily fare. Right, so over here you have the Anatheum, which are both residences and it's a hotel. Got to tell you, once upon a time in my previous job, I stayed there for a night. My previous work employees put me up there for a night, and I thought, oh, this is nice. Was it? I didn't see the bill till the next day. Thankfully, it was all paid direct. Go on, have a guess. How much do you think it was to stay here in the heart of Piccadilly, on Piccadilly itself, for the night? I'll let you have a ponder and have a look. Next to the Anatheum, you've got the Sheraton Grand. So if you come to London staying at any of these hotels, at least now you've got a little bit of a sneaky look to where they are. And just on the other side, the reason I'm not showing it is because it's completely dark, and this is Green Park. And I'll put a link to Green Park at the top right hand corner. And the reason for doing that is you can see inside Green Park, it's beautiful, and it sort of goes around, connects St James's Park to the Mall, and it also connects Buckingham Palace as well with Constitution Hill. So it's a lovely place to go walking. But in the middle of the night, do you know what? I'm probably going to trip over a squirrel. Anyway, that's the Sheraton Grand. So anyway, yes. So I stayed up here. Yeah, another bus. Sorry, I do need to get out a lot more. This is probably why I'm filming this now. So yes, I stayed at the Anatheum, and the price for one night stay, bed and breakfast, and it was a full English fry-up, because let's face it, if you're going to stay at a hotel, you may as well have a full English fry-up. The price for one night, £600. And can I just add, that £600 wasn't your tourist rate. That wasn't your go online and book it and we'll give you the worst value we possibly could. That was done at a corporate rate. So I dread to think what a cost of a room is for the night. Was it impressive? The room had a double bed, an espresso machine, TV, and a bathroom. That was it. Was it impressive? No, it wasn't. So I've stayed at much better hotels. Not necessarily in central London. I don't tend to stay in London that much, just pure to the cost, etc. But I've stayed in much nicer hotels for much, much cheaper. But anyway, this just gives you an idea if you want to go posh. And if you want to go posh, have no fear. We're coming up to the Ritz very shortly. So we're on Piccadilly. Lots of renovation work going on. This used to be an old club, and it was for many, many years. But it's been undergoing renovation works. Oh God, for how long? I would guess it's probably been going renovation works for about the last 4 or 5 years. Anyway, we've got plans for it. Not sure what they're making it into. I'm guessing, they say it's going to be called Cambridge House. I'm guessing it's going to be more London apartments and residences, but also a hotel as well. Right, let's just swing around. So coming up here, so we've got all Hyde Park behind the gates here. And these gates are beautiful. They're almost opposite, and if you look right through, I'm going to show you through in a second, but these gates are very impressive, very nice, with the royal seal on there, and they would have been put down in the times that the park was created, because it's a royal park, don't forget. And then if you look straight down and through the centre of the trees, right down there, you can see the cars going around Buckingham Palace. So it's literally just down there. And walking from here to Buckingham Palace will take you no more than about 3 minutes. But it's in the middle of the park with no lights on, so it's dark. Now, I'm not saying there were those people now. There you go. There's one of the exits, so they stay open all the time. But Green Park was once considered the edge of London, and you'd come down here at your peril, because there'd be highwaymen ready to get the rich people who were leaving London on their stagecoaches, because they'd pick up their stagecoach here from Green Park. So the highwaymen would hang around in Green Park waiting to plunder their loot from unsuspecting people. You think you'd move it somewhere else, wouldn't you, really? Like now you've got Victoria Coach Station. I dare say that wasn't around at the time. Anyway, so I digress. As a regular watcher, you'll know that. That's Porsche over the road. It's a Porsche showroom. Very nice. And now we're coming into the heart of Piccadilly, because we've almost walked the length of Green Park. And as we come down here to Piccadilly, what we're also going to see, so we've got the Ritz coming up, which is going to be the building on the right hand side in front of us. Before we get to that, you've got Green Park Station. So if you were literally coming from Knightsbridge to Fortnum Mason and you couldn't be bothered to do this walk, it's Seriously, it's nice to walk, and I've done it at a fairly slow pace. How long have we been going? We'll have a look at that in a minute. About 30 minutes, I think. This is where you'd come out. So this is Green Park Tube Station, and it's literally 2 stops from Knightsbridge. So it's Knightsbridge, Hyde Park Corner, and Green Park. So as the crow flies, it's pretty straight. Leslie, if you're watching, there's a crane in the dark. There you go. We don't mind, we'll cover our cranes. I'm only saying that because Lovely just goes, Leslie always just goes, oh, there's another crane. Yeah, that's the construction work always happening here. There you go. It's very nice, isn't it? So you've got a Marks and Spencer's food. I'm guessing their offices are up above. They don't look very well used. In fact, there's no real ceilings. You can just see the air conditioning units. I'm guessing there's no one in there. These people are all waiting for those expensive buses that I was telling you about. And this is the side of the Ritz. So what we're going to do is going to have a little walk down here. So when you come and walk along the Ritz here, you can walk through this area here. At Christmas, they have all the wreaths hanging out. So where you've got these sort of hanging baskets, plastic hanging baskets, you actually have wreaths hanging. Up this road here, just on the other side between the buildings, that takes you to Berkeley Square, which we do every Christmas because we go and visit and see what Annabelle's have got outside the front, which we will do again this Christmas, which is lovely. Now, one of the other things I'm thinking of doing, but I want your feedback, is doing some cycling around London. Getting on the old Santander red bikes, which we've covered in a previous video on how to use those. Gives you great freedom for 30 minutes to cycle around, and you can dock up and use them again. And then chucking the camera on the front so you can see me cycling around and see how easy it is, and also use some of the cycle lanes. So if that's something you fancy, do let us know on that as well. So many things you can interact with us on this video alone. It's almost like it was planned. Yeah, you know as well as I do, it wasn't. Right, so that's that walk down here, and then behind all those glass, sort of the frosted glass, you've got various things happening here. And this is the entrance to the Ritz, which is just here, and that's where you go in. And then you've almost got your own private road on Arlington Street. So we've gone past the Ritz. Next stop, it's going to be Fortnum Mason, guys. We're almost there. Right, this is the Wolseley. Very nice. Bowler hat, etc. Nice place to come and eat. Not that I can see inside it, or be able to afford the meal. Not in there anyway. And if you really want to go posh, now this, normally it's closed. This is a caviar bar. Yes, you heard me right, it's caviar. You've got all different types of vodkas. Oh, look at this. Yeah, let's give you a little bit of a shot of this. Slow down a little bit, but it gives you an idea. So you've got all different types of whiskies, spirits, but all different types of vodkas as well to have with your beluga caviar. And this is the caviar house. So if caviar's your thing and you have a bit of a penchant for caviar, then that could be it. Right, no, my hair's not on fire. That's a new restaurant that's opened, and they're advertising it with flames. Very nice. It's called Sam's Bar. Okay. Right, for the coffee shop, I'm going to definitely come down here at some point. The Gentleman Barista's Coffee House. We're certainly going to come down here at some point and come and try their coffee. Looks very nice. I've seen it a couple of times before, but I'm going to put that on the list to come down as well. If you love coffee, now's the time I'm going to do that little plug. If you like coffee and you're coming to London, come to London often, and you fancy knowing where the best places for coffee are, or just fancy watching me make a complete idiot of myself as I completely Horlicks a tasting session, then you want to join us on our sister channel, which is London Visited Coffee. We're going to have videos on there of me going around different independent coffee shops, so none of your Starbucks watery stuff or your Cafe Neros or etc. None of the chain stuff. It's independent coffee shops, and we'll be going in to taste the coffee. By the way, that was Bond Street we looked up. Just give you an idea. And then also on the other side of the road, next to Bond, running parallel with Bond Street, but just down, You have the Burlington Arcade, which is there. All of these we've previously done videos on. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to roast life and limb and walk in the road. So you've got the Burlington Arcade there, and then next to the Burlington Arcade you have Burlington House, which is the home of the Royal Academy of Arts. Which is lovely. Yes, it is. But opposite the Royal Academy of Arts, guess what you've got? Fortnum and Mason. So I'm just going to show you that. That's there, Fortnum and Mason. And this is almost the end of our walk. Fortnum and Mason. And this is where people love to come and shop and just come and pick up a bag or a tin of biscuits to take home to say that they've done it, or even some tea to take home and say that they've been to Fortnum and Mason. And there is Fortnum and Mason on Piccadilly. And you can't walk in 2 minutes down the road, you've got Piccadilly Circus. Whilst we're here, let's just have a quick look and see what they've got in the window. Oh, and by the way, as an update, that's taken 36 minutes to get from Harrods to here. But look what we've seen en route. There you go, got all sorts of, well, furniture, I'm guessing. I'm not quite sure why you'd have bronze sculpture like that, but hey, someone's going to buy it somewhere. Art for, well, everyone's different taste and view. So that just gives you an idea. So I really hope you've enjoyed our video taking you for a walk all the way from Harrods at Knightsbridge to here at Fortnum Mason. I really enjoyed doing it. It's a beautiful evening to do it as well. And as you can see, lots and lots of different things to look at. I've done it at a medium pace. I haven't absolutely raced it, but I haven't taken it slow either. But as you can see, we've shown you different bits and pieces, and we've put links in as well so you can see further videos if you fancy having a look at other bits and pieces there. So what I'm going to do, one of my other favourite walks, is walking from Covent Garden all the way to New Bond Street. So it takes up a little bit of Piccadilly, but not much. So a lovely adjoining walk if you fancy going to Covent Garden. And I'm going to put that up in the top right hand corner. So if you click on that, I'll see you in there. Thanks for watching. Bye.